Hello there, welcome to this video. This is the fifth video in the series of GRE Big Book Quant. What we are basically doing here is go through all the question papers that are there in this famous source called Big Book for the GRE preparation. Now, Big Book is a 30-year-old book. This is old format GRE questions, but nonetheless, this is great practice material, and that's why we are doing this entire series. This series will also be followed by the big book verbal section. So the way it works is that we are just going to share the screen with these questions, and I'm going to solve these questions, 30 minutes, 30 questions. Like I said, this is the fifth video. So if you want, you can start from the very first video in this series. You will get the link for the entire series in the description. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into the questions. All right, so this is Big Book Test 3, Section 2, 30 minutes, 30 questions. Let's look at the first question. Quantitative comparison. Column A is 10.0 plus 0.9, so this is going to be 10.9. Okay, column B is 9 times something. Let's first find out what this something is. 9 times what? 1.0 plus 0.09. So this is going to be 1.09. Okay, be very careful with the zeros and everything. 1.09. Okay, let's do 9 times of that. So this is going to be 9.81. Correct, 9.81. Okay, so now I have to compare 9.81 and 10.9. Obviously 10.9 is bigger, so answer is A. Pretty straightforward. Question 2, r is equal to 30. Okay, small r is equal to 30. Small r plus big R is 59. So big R is going to be 29. Correct. 59 minus 30 is 29. Okay, so what do I have to compare? Small r square, that is 30 square. Big R square, that is 29 square. Okay, both are positive numbers. Obviously, the bigger the number, the bigger the square of that number will be if both numbers are positive. Okay, so the bigger number is going to be 30 square. Answer choice A. Okay, question number 3. 4 by 9 is equal to 7 by n into 4 by 9. Okay, we can also write this as 7 by n into 4 by 9. Right, so 4 by 9 is equal to something into 4 by 9. So that something has to be equal to 1. So that means 7 by n is equal to 1. That means n is equal to 7. Okay, so n is 7. I have to compare that with 9. Obviously, 9 is bigger. Answer choice B. Okay, let's look at question 4. 2 by 3 plus 1 by 2 plus 7 by 8. Okay, there is a 3 here. So I will have to get everything into what would be the LCM of 3, 2 and 8. Right, the LCM is going to be 24. So I'll get everything in 24. Let's do that. I get everything in 24. So 2 by 3 is what by 24? It is 16 by 24. How do I know? Because I'm multiplying the denominator by 8. So I'm also multiplying the numerator by 8. So multiply by 8 here. Okay. Here I'm multiplying by 12. So here also I'll multiply by 12. So I get 1 into 12 is 12 plus 7 by 8. Here I'm multiplying by 3. So here I'll multiply by 3 also. So I'll get 21. Okay. So what number do I get finally? 16 plus 12, that's 28 plus 21. So that is 49. 49 by 24. Okay. And what do I do here to get 24 in the denominator? I multiply by 12. So the same thing I'll do here. I multiply by 12. I get 36 by 24. So now I have 49 by 24, 36 by 24. 24 is the same. These are all positive numbers, so no worries. Always keep looking at whether this is positive or negative, because the comparison sort of reverses when you're comparing fractions. Okay, so here I'm dividing. The new denominator is the same, so the numerator that is bigger will be the bigger number if it is positive numbers. Okay, so basically 49 by 24 will be bigger than 36 by 24. So answer choice A. Okay, let's look at this question. Question number 5. The area of shaded region in figure 1 versus area of shaded region in figure 2. Okay, how do I find this out? The easiest way is to observe that these are basically two triangles in both cases. Okay, this triangle plus this triangle. Here this is symmetric, here it is not symmetric, at least not symmetric with respect to this line. They are symmetric, but just that they are also mirror images. Okay, but we don't need to complicate it all that much. We can just find the area of this triangle plus area of this triangle, same thing, area of this triangle, area of this triangle, and then we can figure out. So what's the area of the triangle? So let's say this first triangle is half into base height. So the area is half into base. What is base? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units base. What is height? 1 and 2. Okay, that's the area of the first triangle. Plus area of half into again base of 5 and again height of 2. Okay, so it's half pi 2 plus half pi 2. That's basically it's going to be this 2 gets cancelled. So 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. The area here is 10 units. Okay, same thing here. Let's see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, it's 5 base and 2 height. Okay, although it looks very different, it's essentially the same calculation we are doing here. Okay, so here also the answer is going to be 5 plus 5 as 10. Both these quantities are similar, same number actually. So answer is going to be answer choice C. Okay, question number 6. Let the drop of a square be defined as the perimeter of the square minus the length of one side. Okay, let's say we have a square here with side x, right? X, 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 x. What would be the drop of that be? Drop of the square x, it would be perimeter of the square. What's going to be the perimeter? It's going to be 4x minus the length of one side. So that is x. So basically d of x is 3x. Okay, so what do I have to do now? The drop of a square with area of 25. If area is 25, that means x square is 25, x is going to be 5. Correct? And drop of that is going to be 3x, that means it's going to be 15, 1, 5. And I have to compare that with 20. Obviously, 20 is bigger, so answer choice B is the correct answer. Okay. Question 7, a bonus of 450, okay, plus 9% increase in annual salary, and bonus of 500 plus 8.5% increase in annual salary. Okay. Interesting. I don't know the actual annual salary, but let's say that is X. Okay. So what do I get? I get $450 here plus, okay, let's say it's 100x. Just make it simple. Okay, 100x. So 9% of that would be 9x. This is what I get on the left side. Here I get 500 plus 8.5x. Okay. Now which one is bigger? Now here, if you look at the absolute numbers, the absolute number is greater here by 50 units. And if you look at this percentage, that is the annual increase, it is greater here by 0.5. 0.5 times your, 0.5% of your annual salary. Okay. Which one is bigger? Now, I don't know the annual salary, right? Obviously, it will depend on the annual salary. Essentially, I'm comparing something 0.5x with 50, right? It could be less than 50, it could be more than 50. Let's say if my salary was $1 million, okay. Obviously, then half percent of that is going to be quite big as compared to 50. But let's say if my salary was only $100, right? In that case, this is only going to be half dollars, whereas this is going to be $50. Okay. So it could go either way. I can't really determine. So the answer is going to be answer choice D. Okay. Let me change the color so that we'll be able to see this separately. Okay. Question 8. P, Q, R, S, T, U are points on the circle as shown. P, Q, R, S, T, U. All right. They are kind of crossing here, but where are they crossing? Are they crossing at the origin or not at the origin? I don't know that. Okay. The length of R, PQR, so that is this length versus length of R, STU, that is this length. I have to compare. Can't really compare. For example, I could have it this way, whereas PQR is this, okay, and STU is this small. Or I could also have it this way, where PQR is this small, right, and STU is this big number. Okay, they would be the same if this was the origin. I think that's the trick in this question. If this was the origin, which is not given, so we can't assume that this was the origin, they would be the same, right? For example, this is the circle, this is the origin. I draw one line, I draw another line. these two opposite arcs will be the same. Same will be here also. Okay, this and this will also be the same, right? But we don't know that. That's the whole point. We don't know that, so the answer is going to be answer choice D. Kind of a tricky question. Okay, we got two D's. Generally, D is not so frequent, but here we're getting two D's back to back. So that's interesting. Okay, x is greater than 0. Okay, x is some positive number. Now we're doing question 9. X is some positive number. Total number of liters of water in x tanks, each containing 20 liters of water. Okay, so 20 liters of water in x tanks, that is 20x total water, and 2x tanks, each with 35 liters of water. So 35 liters of water with 2x in 2x tanks. This is total here. Okay, what would that be? 20x plus this would be 70x. So it's going to be 90x. Okay, total number of liters of water in x tanks, each containing 25 liters. So that is 25x plus 2x tanks, each containing 30 liters. So 30 and 2x. Okay, so this is going to be 25 plus 60. So that's going to be 85x. Okay, so I have 90 and 85. Which number is bigger? Obviously, x is positive. Again, think about x as negative or positive. This is liters of water, x tanks. That's x is number of tanks. So it has to be positive. If x is positive, then 90x is going to be bigger than 85x. So answer is going to be A. Okay. All right. Let's move on to question 10. The perimeter of RSTU, that is RSTU. Okay, so I know this, I know this, I know this. I just need to find out this. Okay, let's see. W plus X, where is W? This is W plus X is 90. Okay, if W plus X is 90 degrees, that means this has to be 90 degrees. Okay, so this is a Pythagorean triangle. So that means RSU is going to be under root of this square plus this square. So that is 4 plus 1. So SU is going to be root 5. Okay. So I use this information. Now y plus z. So where is y? Y is here. Y plus z is also 90. All right. That means this is also 90 degrees. Okay. So that means the Pythagorean rule, if I use TU, so TU square is going to be this square, that is 9, plus this square, that is 5. Okay, so 9 plus 5 is 14, so TU is root 14. Okay, so now I got this root 14. So perimeter of RSTU is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus root 14. Correct? Okay, 1 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So what do I get? I get 6 plus root 14. Okay, and if this is the whole left hand side, 10 I can express as 6 plus 4. Okay, so basically I'm comparing 6 plus 4 with 6 plus root 14. That means I'm comparing root 14 and 4. Okay, let's take square on both sides. So I have 16 on this side, I have 14 on this side. Correct? Obviously root 14 is going to be less than root 16. Root 14 again can be something like it has to be bigger than 3, less than 4, right? So 3 point something. So essentially this is going to be 9 point something. Okay, and this is 10, right? So answer choice B is the correct answer. Okay, x minus 2 square, x plus 2 square. Okay, x minus 2 square, x plus 2 square. How do I do this? I can take numbers. Okay, so if I take 0, x is equal to 0, let's say x is equal to 0. So what do I get? I get minus 2 square and 2 square. Minus 2 square and 2 square are same, so I get C as an answer. Okay, let's say x is equal to 1. If x is equal to 1, x minus 2 is minus 1, minus 1 square is 1. If x is equal to 1, x plus 2 is 3, 3 square is 9. Okay, now here I'm getting B as an answer. I'm not getting any consistent answer, so answer has to be D. Okay, I think this set there are more than its fair share of answer choice D. Okay, you can plug in numbers, or you could also expand it, or you can do the algebra. For example, you can do what do I get on the left hand side? I get x square plus 4 minus 4x and here also I get x square plus 4 plus 4x. Okay, so these terms are anyway common, right? So essentially I'm comparing minus 4x with 4x. Okay, in fact I'm comparing minus x and x. Now I don't know if x is negative or positive, right? uh, it could go either way, and that's why the answer could also be derived to be D. Either way you do it, you will get the same answer. Okay, let me change the color again. The arithmetic mean of x and y. Okay, so this thing is given. I need to find out what is x and what is y. This is 2 raised to x plus y. Okay, so I'll have to express this as 2 raised to something. Okay, it's easy to do that because all these are powers of 2, right? So this is 2 raised to 3 into 2 raised to 4 into 2 raised to 5 into 2 raised to 6, right? So let me, when I have 2 raised to a into 2 raised to b, it basically means 2 raised to a plus b. Okay, so I just need to add this up. What do I get on the left hand side? I get 2 raised to 3 plus 4. So that is 7. 7 plus 5 is 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 8. So I get 2 raised to 18 on the left hand side, and I get 2 raised to x plus y on the right hand side. Basically that means that x plus y is equal to 18. If x plus y is equal to 18, the arithmetic mean of average, that means the average of x plus y is going to be x plus y divided by 2, because there are two numbers. So I'm going to get 18 by 2, 9 as the arithmetic mean. Okay, and 9 is also the same number given in column B. So the answer has to be answer choice C. Okay, so far I'm finding this pretty straightforward. Let's see. Maybe the graph questions are tough. Okay. Question number 13. A plus b square is equal to 49. That means a plus b is equal to 7, or a plus b is equal to minus 7. Either way. And ab is equal to 12. Okay. So if I want to make, let's look at the positive numbers only. A plus b is equal to 7. And AB is equal to 12. That means I'm going to get 4, 3 as one solution. Okay. A plus B is equal to minus 7, and A into B is plus 12. So there also I can get minus 4, minus 3 as the solution. Okay. So the solution for both these uh, collectively is two solutions, 4 comma 3 and minus 4 comma minus 3. Correct. Again, verify, plug in the numbers and verify. Right, a plus b is 7 here, 7 square 49, a plus a into b is 12. Here also minus 4 into minus 3 is 12, and a plus b would be minus 7, minus 7 square is 49. Okay, so we are correct. Okay, this much we could derive. Now what do I have to compare? A plus b or 7. Okay, now a plus b could be 7 or minus 7. In one case I'll get C as the answer because 7 same number. In the other case I will get B as the answer because 7 is bigger than minus. Okay, I don't get a consistent answer. Again, answer choice D. Okay, x is equal to 1 plus y. All right, x square plus 2xy plus y square x plus y. Again, you can plug in numbers, but let's do it algebra way first, because this immediately rings a bell that this is of the form x plus y square. Correct? X plus y square. Okay, and x plus y here. Okay, so if this is x plus y square and this is x plus y, okay, first of all, from here what can I derive? I can say that x plus y is equal to 1. Correct? So on the left hand side I get 1 square, that is 1. On the right hand side I get 1. X plus y itself is 1, so its answer has to be C. Okay, this is what I did with algebra way. Let's also take some numbers. X is equal to 1 minus y, right? So let's say I get y is equal to 1, x is equal to 0. Correct? That would satisfy this equation. Now let me find this out. X square, that is 0, plus 2xy is also 0, plus y square is equal to 1. So I get 1 on the left side, and x plus y is 1 on the right hand side. Okay, you could take some other numbers also, but essentially you will get the same number. This answer choice has to be C. Okay, let me change the color. Question 15. Okay, L and M are parallel. That means this angle has to be same as this angle. Okay, and this angle plus this angle has to be 180. Okay, so let's find out. let me first write 5x plus y is equal to 180. Okay, this plus this because they are on the same line. And what do I also get? I get 6x plus 4 is equal to y. Okay, so that is 6x minus y is equal to minus 4. Okay, why did I get it minus y? Because then I can add this and this together. Right, so what do I get? I get 11x, y plus minus y will get cancelled. 11x is equal to 180 minus 4 is equal to 176. Okay, so x comes out to be 16. Okay, if x comes out to be 16, what is y? Okay, so let's find out y. 5x plus y is equal to 180, right? So y would be 180 minus 5x. So that would be 180 minus 5x is 80, right? So y is going to be 100. So y is 100. I have to compare that with 90. Answer choice A. This requires a little bit of calculation, but again, the calculation is pretty straightforward. Okay. So far, yeah, I'm finding this set to be pretty straightforward and kind of on an easier side. But let's see what we have next. Let's look at question 16. In a certain class, if there were 35 men and 63 women, okay, 35 men, 63 women, what is the ratio of men to women? So ratio of men to women is 35 to 63. They are all multiples of 7. So 5 by 9. That would be the ratio. Okay, 5 by 9. Answer choice C. Okay. Streets L, M, and N are straight and level. Okay, and they intersect in the form of a triangle. Okay, so they are sort of a triangle. Okay, obviously not drawn to scale. I don't know the angles. If street L and M intersect at 40 degrees. Okay, so let's say L and M intersect as 40 degrees. And if street N is perpendicular to street M. So this N is perpendicular. Okay, so this is 90. Okay, I think I'll have to redraw. Right. Okay, so let me draw it that way. Now that I know how the angles are. Okay. So one is for perpendicular. So this is N, M, and this is L. Correct? And this is 40 degrees. This is 90 degrees. So this has to be 50 degrees. Right? 90 plus 40 plus 50 will be 100. Correct? Did I get the names right? L and M are 40 degrees. Okay, N and M are okay. What is the acute angle? Do streets L and N interact? L and N, as we found out, 50 degrees. Okay, pretty straightforward. It just required us to visualize it, draw a diagram, and we could do it. Very, very elementary question. Okay, question 18. 1 minus 1 by 2 square. What is 1 minus half? That is half. So we're talking about half square multiplied by 1 minus 1 by 3. What is 1 minus 1 by 3? 2 by 3. 2 by 3 square. Okay. So what is half square? 1 by 4 times what is this square? 4 by 9. Okay. So 4 5 gets cancelled. 1 by 9 is the answer. Answer choice B. Okay. There is no need to do decimals here. Sometimes it is easier to do it with the decimals, but here I think the numbers were such that you could just directly do it. Okay. Question 19. In the figure above is a rectangular solid with AB as 10, okay, BC as 10, right? So it's basically it's a square base, square top, okay, and height is 3. Okay. What is the total surface area? Okay. So total surface area is this 4 times these side areas, okay, 4 side areas, addition of that, and 2 areas such that top and bottom. So let's first do top and bottom. The top and bottom is going to be 10 into 10, so that's 100. That's bottom. Top is also going to be 10 into 10, that's 100. And the side areas will have to do four of them differently. Okay, so let's look at this area. So this is going to be 3 into 10, that's 30. There's also going to be another 3 into 10 this side. Okay, so that's another 30. And how about this? This is going to be 10 into 3. Okay, 30, 30. Okay, right. It's actually they have not drawn it to scale. This looks like a rectangle on the base. but it's actually square. That's why we're getting all the same numbers. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 200 and this is 120. So that is going to be total 320. Okay. Answer choice A. Very straightforward. Okay. This looks a little complicated. Maybe we'll have to work out. So we have to basically simplify this expression. That's what they are asking. Okay. Uh, this is quadratic. So how do we do this? Can we take something common here? Yeah, we can take 3 common. So if we take 3 common, what do we get? X square minus 5x minus 7. Okay. Oh, sorry, 2x square minus 5x minus 7. Okay. Now again, we can't take anything common here. So we'll have to find out something such that, two numbers such that their product is this into this. So the product is minus 14, right? And their sum is minus 5. Product has to be minus 14 and sum has to be minus 5. So product has to be minus 14. So there are only so many cases, minus 1, 14 or something, right? Or 7 minus 7 minus 2. Minus 7 minus 2, or rather 2 minus 7, correct? Because they will add up to minus 5, correct? So basically this question requires you to be able to factorize quadratic function, quadratic expression. Okay, so pretty straightforward. So this is 3 into, now that we have got it, 2x square, correct? So I need something 2 to be common. So let me first write the 2 term, 2x. This 5x minus 5x I'm going to split as 2x minus 7x minus 7, correct? Basically I just split this expression. Okay, let me change the color. So I get 3. Or do I get what is common between these two? I have 2x as common, 2x, and I get x plus 1. Okay, what is common between these two? Minus 7 is common and x plus 1. Okay, so I get x plus 1 common again. So I regroup that and I write it here, 3 into 2x minus 7 and x plus 1. I can't simplify this any further. So it is 3 times 2x minus 7 into 2x, x plus 1. 3 times 2x minus 7, x plus 1. Okay, so its answer choice B. Okay, now if you are not able to do that much, what you could do is, see, there are so many answer choices that are close, right? So you might also just want to multiply one of these answer choices in case you are not able to factorize. Okay, if the numbers are tricky or something, you can just find out the product and you will be able to get this. Okay, that's the worst case thing, but here you don't have to go all that length because this was relatively straightforward, but it did require you to be able to do this part, finding out the product and the sum and all that. Okay, all right. Now, like I said, this seems to be a little on the easier side, this whole set. Maybe the graphs are a little tough. Let's see, question 21 to 25, farming in country X from 1940 to 1986, 1940 to 1986, okay. Farm population in millions, okay, so here the population was 30 million something, 22 million something like that, okay. So this graph is straightforward. All of them are bar graphs, so that's interesting, okay. Number of farms in millions, again, these many, okay, this is number of farms, this is people, this is number of farms in millions, okay, this many millions, these many millions, and average farms size in acres, okay, all right. What can I derive from here intuitively? Farm population is decreasing. That could be because number of farms is also decreasing, but the farms are also getting bigger. Okay, so basically what is happening is farms are getting bigger. That's why number of farms are coming down. People working in farms is also decreasing, but that could be because of machines or something. We don't have to find out the reasons or anything, but this is just for our intuitive understanding. All right, so pretty straightforward graphs. Okay, I think the trick may be in some numbers or something. Okay. Uh, let's see. Country X's farm population in 1986. 1986 farm population, that is this number. What is that number? Exactly, it looks like exactly in the middle of 5 and 10. So 7.5 millions. Okay, so that's 7.5 millions. Or approximately how many millions? 7.5 millions. Okay, pretty straightforward. Okay, I thought they're going to ask me something like this was how much bigger than something else or something like that. Okay, they are not asking that. 7.5, pretty straightforward. Okay, the decrease in millions in number of farms from 1950 to 70 was what? Number of farms, that is this graph, decrease from 1950 to 1970. So my decrease was from here to here. Okay, what is this number? This number seems to be something like 5.5 or 5, maybe a little more than 5.5. Okay, so let's say 5.6. So it went from 5.6 to 3 units. Okay, 5.6 million to 3 millions. What is the question? The decrease in millions in the number of farms was approximately what? So it went back from 5.6, went down from 5.6 million to 3 million. So it went down by 2.6 million. 2.6 or 2.5, whatever is the closer number. Okay, exactly. 2.6 is given. Okay. See, look at all the other numbers. All the numbers are like really not so close. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it is 2.5 or 2.6. Okay. Again, the graphs also seem to be pretty straightforward. To the nearest 10%, the decline in farm, okay, they are asking nearest 10%. They are not looking for an actual number. The decline in farm population in country X between 1950 and 1960. Farm population 1950 and 1960. What was the decline? Let's say decline was, this is something like 23 million, went down to 16 million. Okay, this is something more like 16 million. Okay, this is approximation 23 to 16. Okay, so 23 million went down to 60 million. This decline in the farm from 50 to 60 represented what percent of 1950 farm population? What percent of 23? They are asking. Okay, 16 million, not 60. Sorry, 16. So it went down by 7 million on the base of 23 million. Okay. So if it was 7 by 21, the answer would have been 33%. Correct. But the base is little bigger, so answer is going to be little smaller. So something like 30% or something. Okay, somewhere close. Answer choice 3. Okay. Again, you see the nearest answer choices are way off. Okay. In country X, the average farm size in 1940 was approximately what fraction of average farm size in 1986? So I just need to take the ratio of 1940 to 1986 farm sizes. Okay. Farm sizes, where is farm sizes? Okay, farm sizes. Let's look at the years again. 1940 to 1986. Okay, 1940, 1986 farm size ratio. 1940 it was something like, oh, this is 150. Okay, this is something like 160. 1986 it was 400. Okay, so again numbers are very convenient. This is divided by 4. If you do, you get 10. Yeah, if divided by 4, you get 100 at the bottom and you get 40 on top. So 40%, right? Okay, they are not asking for 4%. Okay, 160 by 400, right? So that's again 10, 4, which is same as 2 by 5. Okay, correct? The numbers are really easy in this set. 1986, the country had approximately how many million acres of farmland? Okay, how many million acres of farmland in which year, by the way? 1986. They are asking everything about 1986. Okay, millions of farmland. Sorry, what was the question? Approximately how many million acres of farmland? Okay, acres of farmland. So average farmland size was 400 acres, and how many farms? uh, Something like 2.8 million farms. Okay, so I just need to find out 400 into 2.8 million. Okay, so 400 into 2.8 million, that's going to be 40 into 28. Correct? Is that right? Correct. So let me put this 0 here, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 0. 1, 1, 2, 0. Answer choice A. Okay. No answer choice is even close. Right? Okay. I think this is really an easy set. This is probably the easiest set uh, in this whole series so far, at least. Okay. Okay. Let's look at question 26. If n is the average arithmetic mean of three numbers 6, 9, and k, that means if I take 3n, or rather, let me do it this way: 6 plus 9 plus k. If I add them up and divide them by 3, I get n. That's what it says, right? N is the arithmetic mean of these three numbers. What is the value of k in terms of n? Pretty simple. 6 plus 9 plus k is 3n. So k is 3n minus 6 plus 9 is 15. Okay. 3n minus 15. 3n minus. Okay. 27. Which of the following cannot be expressed as the sum of squares of two integers? Okay. Sum of squares of two integers. That means a is an integer, it's square. B is also an integer, it's square. I take the sum and I should be able to get this number. Okay. Am I able to get 13? That I can express like this. Let's say, let's look at all the numbers and their squares. Okay. 1 square, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25. Okay. Uh, the next square will be too big because answer choices are not there. Okay. So am I able to add any of these numbers to get 13? Yes, I can do 4 by 9. So this is not the answer. Can I add something to get 17? Yes, I can do 1 plus 16. So that's not possible. I mean, that is possible. It's not the correct answer. That means 21. Can I get 21? I can't get 21 anywhere. Can I get 29? Yes, I can get 4 by and 25. This is not possible. 34, can I get 34? Okay, I can get 25 and 9. So the only answer choice that I cannot get is answer choice. Okay, again, this require a little bit of thinking, but again, this is very elementary. Question 28. AB is equal to BX. AB is equal to BX. That means this, if this angle is P, this angle is also P. Okay, isosceles triangles. XC is equal to CD, XC is equal to CD. Again, if this angle is R, then this angle also has to be R. Then what is S in terms of PQR? Okay, this is S. Okay, if you look at this big triangle, right, AXD, what do I get? I have P as one angle, plus I have this P plus S plus R, P plus S, sorry, P plus S plus R, and this angle I have R. All these angles basically are the internal angles of XAD, right? So they have to add up to 180. So pretty simple, 2P plus 2R plus S is equal to 180. So S will be 180 minus 2P plus R. Correct? Okay, 180 minus 2P plus R. Answer choice A. Correct? Okay, there's no other expression that's even close. Sometimes they have this minus plus thing. I think we saw that somewhere in one of the answer choices where they had this the similar looking expression but just minus plus thing. I think it was that quadratic equation thing. Yeah, here. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay. Even that is also not there in this question. Really, really straightforward. Okay. Question 29. Mary has $3 more than Bill has. Okay. Mary has $3 more than Bill. Okay. But $5 less than Jane. Okay. So that means Mary plus $5 is equal to Jane. Alright. If Mary has X dollars, how many dollars do Jane and Bill have together? Okay. Okay. So what do I have here? I need to find out J plus M. Sorry, J plus B. J plus B, right? So let me write B in terms of M. So I get B is equal to M minus 3. So I add J and B. I get M plus 5 plus M minus 3. Okay. What do I get? I get 2M plus 2. 2M plus 2. 2x plus 2. Answer just D. Okay. Let me also just take some numbers just to verify. $3. So let's say Bill has $10. Okay, so Mary would have $3 more than Bill, so Mary would have 13. But Mary has $5 less than Jane, so Jane would have 18. Okay, how many dollars Jane and Bill have? Jane and Bill have $28. Is that the same as this? 2x plus 2? Yes, 2x plus 2, because 13, 2x basically would mean 13 into 2, that's 26, plus 2 is 28. Okay, so number wise also this makes sense. It must be answered. Okay. Last question. If n is an integer divisible by 6, okay, that means it would be something like this: 18, 30, okay, but not by 4. Okay, so I don't want it to be by 4, so that means this will be ruled out, this will be ruled out. So it will be 6, 18, 30, like that. Uh, what do you say, in the table of 6, alternate numbers, okay, starting from 6, like that. Okay, so it will be 36. No, it will not be 36, it will be 42. Okay, all right. Anyway, I think we have enough numbers. Then which of the following cannot be an integer? Okay, n by 2, can n by 2 an integer? 6 by 2, 3 can be an integer. Yes. So they are asking for cannot be. Okay, so if I have only one number, any of these numbers makes sense for me. If I am able to find out n by 2 as an integer for any of these numbers, then that number has to be ruled out. Okay, n by 3, again 6 by 3 can be an integer, so out. N by 6, 6 by 6 can be an integer, so this is ruled out. N by 10, n by 10 can also be ruled out, because 30 by 10 can also be an integer. See, they are asking for can, they are not asking for must. Okay, n by 12, in none of these you will get n by 12. None of these is a multiple of 12. Okay, so the answer has to be n by 12. Okay, this is what we did by elimination. We can also do it uh, logically, in the sense that this is a little difficult to understand. See, it is divisible by 6, right? N is divisible by 6. That means it has a 2 and a 3, because 6 is equal to 2 and 3. Okay, but it is not divisible by 4. Now, when will it be divisible by 6 but not divisible by 4? When it does not have another 2. Because if it had another 2, let's say for example 12, if you factorize, you get 2 into 2 into 3. Okay, whenever there is another 2, then it also becomes divisible by 4, right? So we are skipping those cases, correct? So logical, if you think that way, which is what we got here also, just that, we're looking at the logic, why this is working. Okay, in that case also you will realize that n by 12 cannot be the case, because 12, 2 by 2 by 3, right? We are dividing by 2, divide by 2, dividing by 3. Okay, but in this n, you have only 1, 2 and 1, 3, correct? There is nothing that will cancel this other 2, and that's why this cannot be an integer. Okay, that's the logical way of doing it. Okay, you didn't understand it, that's fine. You don't really need to. That's kind of an advanced logic. Okay, but just by picking numbers also you can find out. Okay, so yeah, that's about it in this section. I found it to be pretty straightforward, actually. Uh, let me know in the comments what you thought, if there was any particular question that you found you struggled with, or you got wrong or something. If you got it wrong, probably means something like a silly mistake, or maybe some conceptual misunderstanding on your part, or maybe you didn't read the question properly. That's also a big type of mistake. Okay, whatever it is, this is good practice material, as I keep saying. So keep solving this, and I'll see you in another video.